First, allow the subject to select a respirator from a sufficient number of models so that the respirator is acceptable to the user and fits correctly. Let the subject know that each respirator represents a different size and shape, and if fitted and used properly, will provide adequate protection. If the subject is inexperienced in wearing a respirator, give instructions on positioning, setting strap tension, and determining an acceptable fit. Have a mirror available to aid in this process. Have the subject select several respirators and hold each one up to their face. Let them don and wear their favorite for 5 minutes to determine its comfort. If the subject is unfamiliar with the respirator, have them don it several times to become adept at setting the proper tension on the straps. Discuss the following points to aid in assessing the comfort of the respirator. Position of the mask on the nose. Room for eye protection. Room to talk. And position on the face and cheeks. Other determinations of how well the respirator fits are proper chin placement, adequate strap tension without being over-tightened, fit across the nose bridge, proper size to span the distance from nose to chin, tendency of the respirator to slip, and self-observation in the mirror to evaluate fit and position. Instruct the subject to move their head slowly from side to side and up and down while taking a few deep breaths. Have them conduct either a negative pressure or positive pressure user seal check. If the user seal check reveals leaks that cannot be remedied by adjustments, have the subject select another respirator and repeat the process. When a respirator is selected, describe the test and the test exercises for the subject and let them know their responsibilities during the test. Perform the test with the subject wearing any safety equipment that will be worn during actual use of the respirator and which might interfere with the respirator's fit. The following test exercises are performed for 1 minute each for both qualitative tests and for the port account quantitative test. Different test exercises for the controlled negative pressure quantitative test will be demonstrated later. No adjustment of the respirator is allowed once the test exercises begin. Any adjustment voids the test and it must be repeated. Normal breathing. In a normal standing position, without talking, the subject breathes normally. Deep breathing. In a normal standing position, the subject breathes slowly and deeply, taking care not to hyperventilate. Turning head side to side. Standing in place, the subject slowly turns their head from side to side. Hold each extreme momentarily for the subject to inhale. Moving head up and down. Standing in place, the subject slowly moves their head up and down, inhaling in the up position. After 1 minute, instruct the subject to hold their head full up and full down for 10 seconds each. Talking. The subject talks slowly and loud enough to be heard clearly by the test conductor. The subject can read from a prepared text like the Rainbow Passage, count backward from 100, or recite a memorized poem or song. Jogging in place may be substituted for bending over in some test protocols. Finally, normal breathing again. When the test is completed, question the subject about the comfort of the respirator. If it's acceptably comfortable, the test is complete. If not, retest with another respirator model. Keep records on file of successful tests. The records must contain the test subject's name, date tested, respirator make, model, style, and size, and, when performing quantitative fit tests, the overall fit factor.